Red Bull on the cut. Oh my god! What an amazing race this is! Sergio, your 2022 World Drivers Champion! Welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Blade Drive second pole position from UK alongside the NASCAR Garcia, Sebastian Campo, Dominic Di Benedetto, Rafael Ferrari, Rocket Crimpley, A.G.E, Davey Secchiaro. Daniel Boksarov, Thierry Headley, Ahmed Silla, Chris Cornwell, Spike CB, and Carlos Eduardo. There we go, another new tyre set, this time super softs, softs and mediums. Remember, it's 5 red lights to the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go to good start for Blade Drive Sonic off the front. Even better one for UK Ball, who won last time out, straight away up into the lead this race. Ocampo is going to go up into second place, in towards the first corner. Ocampo trying for a move, and that move did not work out, but he got really close there. Davey Secchiaro in the thick of it in 12th position at the moment. Everyone surviving the first few corners. Ocampo leading this race now, moving ahead of both hyperdrives on the race start. It's an incredible start to the race for the Red Bull, and he'll be looking to maintain this pace throughout the whole race. Let's just see how events go on. And Ferrucci has a 5-second penalty, Ferrari has a 5-second penalty too. Van Horn trying to maintain the inside of turn 9 and 10, and he does so to keep 8th position. Di Benedetto can't get ahead, and Van Horn's going to have a look to try and get ahead of Castillo. Can't do that right now. And Di Benedetto loses the place to Matthew Hart in the APX GP, moving up into 9th, but he's going to try and fight this one back on the inside line. Through turn 12 into turn 13, Di Benedetto on the inside, up into 9th, UK Ball leading once more. Him and Ocampo side by side there at the last corner. UK Ball sending it, and Ocampo behind in second place. Well, it looks like we'll just have to watch that battle unfold. He's got nothing to really do. Ferrari will start to close that gap in. He'll try his hardest to close in that gap, but I don't think he'll make a move. If he does, it would not be a good idea. UK Ball and Ocampo fighting through the first few corners. A duel in the desert, it looks like at the moment. And later for 5-second penalty, he's down in P21. Adding to his already disastrous season on Ocampo on the inside as UK will try to shut the door. It did not work out for him. UK will fast in the first sector for 4.5 seconds of due standing starts. Ocampo will have to settle though for second position for now. I don't think he's going to give up easily though. He is not the driver to give up. He is a fighter. He kept fighting after the loss in the 2015 championship. Eventually got the 2020 championship. It's clear he does not back down. He fights and fights until he can't anymore. Eduardo, 5-second time penalty. He's down P21. Adelaide now down at P23. Lanfong at P24. No, Spike CV. Lanfong from last place. Sorry, Fong was not last place. That was Eduardo last place. He's now up into 21st as on the inside. Albertilla up into 19th place. He tries to defend from the Williams. Should be an easy enough job. As now, until lap 3. Fast laps are constantly exchanging. Blade Drive Sonic is very quick. He's got the fast lap of the race. Ocampo setting on the inside once more of UK Ball. He's through in the first UK Ball, almost making contact there. Very close though, as the two are fighting. Jeez, this is an amazing fight out in front for the lead this race, but all this fighting will allow Blade Drive Sonic to try and get into the fight for this race win. Maybe that's the plan of Hyperdrive. Get UK Ball to fight Ocampo. Bring Blade Drive Sonic into the contention for race win. And here we go. Excellent move there, almost. It could have been a good move for Ocampo, but he wasn't alongside the Briton. So yeah, UK Ball settles for first. Ocampo in second place right now. Probably should have set out the opposite way round. I think A1 would happily settle for first. As Ocampo edging closer and closer, both these guys on the super soft tires. Ledger's like on the soft tires. He's in P3, around a second behind Ocampo, less than a second now. Because, yeah, it's very clear Ucamo's holding up Ocampo right now. Active Aero obviously being a massive help, but once again Ocampo's going for the inside line at the first corner. He's going to send it there into that first corner. And there we go, not holding back up in a lead. Ucamo once more doing a switch back around the outside. He is now back into the lead. So Ocampo in P2. It's an incredible fight to see now. I'm actually loving it. Ultra trying to get to Mendel. He's going to have to send it around the outside. He can't get the move done though. Mendel, first warning for track limits. He needs to be careful. Can't be violating track limits. That is not allowed in racing. You will get penalised if you do it 4 times. You get 3 warnings, and then after that, penalties keep coming in. DRS, sorry, not DRS. It's not called that anymore. It's active aero, because actually the front wing and the rear wing that move, both of them moving. Yeah, now that the tires are wearing out the super soft, they're just like soft, are performing pretty well. He's pulled off a gap to Ferrari, so he's not really felt any pressure from him. Now BDS driving his own race, will try and get closer to Ocampo. It looks like Ocampo is going to be coming into the pits. And there we go, Bloodhouse is going to get through. However, he's been held up a little bit, and that's going to cost him time. Valuable time is Ferrari now on the inside line. He's going to have to send it in now into the hairpin. Ferrari up into second place. Bloodhouse is dropping a third. Ocampo really messing up with the hyperdrives there. As M1 super soft aren't going to do much now. Yeah, this has invited Ferrari into contention for P1 on track. Cornwell's got his first warning of this race. CB, Eduardo, and Demandel on the pits. As you can see right there. Ucamo actually has a penalty for track limits. That's going to be big, that. Because now he's going to be dropped further behind Ocampo in the pit stops. Massive error there from Ucamo, and that's going to possibly cost him the chance of a race win today. Now he really needs a miracle. He needs Ocampo to somehow be held up, even though he's in completely clean air right now. Now, yeah, luckily for him, he has pulled out a gap there, but just like trying his best to get ahead of Ferrari. He just can't do it at the moment. He's going to have to try and send it now around the outside of the last corner, doing it there. As Ferrari and Ucamo both come into the pits, both of them with penalties, so Ucamo should be the one out ahead, unless he gets held up. But if anyone's going to get held up, I bet it would be Ferrari. Just because of the positioning of his pit box. Typically, the further down you are, the more likely you are to not get held up. But Ucamo's been held up. Ferrari, looks like he was held up as well, actually. Yeah, Ferrari's there. Ucamo's miles ahead of him now. Ocampo in a net race lead right now, currently in 5th position. Of course, winner of the first round of the season, aiming for a second victory in the season in 3 races. Of course, it stands to have 2 different winners. And I'll go fastest in that first sector, which is good for him. Ucamo on his first track limits warning in P10. He's already got a penalty for track limits. He's just got another warning for it. That's not good. He's currently sitting on the medium tyres, leader of the medium tyre runners actually, so he's pretty lucky to have been ahead of Ultra there. His next step though will be to overtake Chaos Anderlecht, who is going to be a bit of a nuisance now, I imagine, for Vodafone Audi. Let's just see, can the hyperdrive get past the Audi without any issues? We'll have to have a look as to through turn 13. Anderlecht is doing everything he's doing well to maintain 9th position. Ucamo low on the inside line is going to send it into the last corner. Yes, he is. Try and go for the move. Matthew Hart, fastest lap of the race there. Anderlecht defends his place, so literally fast lap now. As the hyperdrive just can't get ahead. Might have to be his lunge into turn 1. And it is a lunge into turn 1 there. Somehow no contact is made. As in the first sector, contact out of the race there as well. Goes Racket Crumply in the Apex GP. You can see that there. I think he's just came out the pits. The same thing that happened in testing has just happened here. Drivers coming out of the pit lane and they've been smashed into. That would have been a big incident, I think, for Rackhart Crumply. It's VSE coming to an end. Ocampo leading the way, Iago not far behind. He's actually had a very good restart, I think. It looks like he might be closing in a bit of time, actually. To Ocampo, no, he's losing a bit of time, actually. Matthew Hart in P3 at the moment, doing well, livery in 4th from Anderlecht. BDS comes out the pit ahead of UK Ball. So I guess that's UK Ball's job done. Now it's up to BDS to do what UK Ball couldn't, and that was to win this race. It's his job to try out, and he's gonna most certainly try. UK Ball on the side of Anderlecht almost. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't maintain his place, and he has to send on Anderlecht, and he does. Up in a 6th position, he'll get the active error, and he'll be getting slipstream off his teammate too. Iago will edge closer and closer to Ocampo. He's gonna put pressure onto the race leader. Matthew Hart in P3. He's doing well. He's also in this fight for the win, but if Iago wants to win, he needs to do a better job and close in on Ocampo. Otherwise, his chances of winning is just going to slip away as Blade Cycle will edge closer and closer. His tyre is 2 laps fresher. He is the biggest threat in the top 5 at the moment. And for UK Ball, that's just going to keep driving. But if he didn't have that penalty, I bet he would be where Ocampo is right now, actually. So, yeah. It'll be a bit annoying for him to know that, but yeah, unfortunately that's what's happening. Blade Cycle in P5 right now, livery in P4. Blade Cycle is going to get closer to livery. He's going to have to make a move into turn 13 if he wants to get this done as soon as possible. He goes for the move. He's up now into 4th position. Livery can't defend. I probably wouldn't have defended anyways. However, he did let Blade Cycle actually have to attack for that position though. UK will get closer and closer. The mediums aren't wearing out yet. Ocampo at the pits. There we go. Now for the people that start on track, I don't know how long they will last. I bet Blade Cycle is going to come in the pits, whether it's this lap or the next lap. I think it's going to come in on one of them laps. Yeah, it's most certainly a good idea to look out for drivers, and Ocampo is out. He's out of the race there. Look at that. The pit lane has happened again. It's caused the chaos. Virtual safety car is out. And once again, retirement at that area. We saw it in testing and we're seeing it again in the race. River's going to be promoted up in P21, but there we go. Ocampo, who was on the verge of another win this season. That hope has shattered as he retires from the Bahrain Grand Prix. It was probably a heavy smash there. Matthew Hart is going to get closer, but there we go. Through goes Blade Cycle up into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Matthew Hart on the inside line ahead of Iago. As that Toro Rosso is going to fight back on the inside of turn 12. And through turn 13, he's in P2 right now. UK Ball in P4. You'll be trying to get ahead of Matthew Hart and Iago as soon as possible. Rainbow he's got 2 warnings out. UK Ball on the inside of both Iago and Hart, getting them. It's a hyperdrive 1-2 at the moment. And into the pit lane comes Iago and for Matthew Hart. And Matthew Hart. Don't know why he slowed down so much there, but he did. Henley moves up now into 3rd position for Audi. The Estonian drivers side by side. Ferrari's going to have to send it now into the turn 1. Alright. Interesting wording by me there. Very interesting. I think it might be a good idea to be looking at these people who have just pit because they're coming out the pits there. I don't think anyone's been smashed massively in the rear. I mean, although that sounds like a sus. I don't mean it a sus way, I mean cars hitting the rear of another car. I can't say it without making it sound sus. Lap from 2 warnings for track limits now. Blade Cycle will be coming into the pits to end this lap, I think. His tyres are already very much worn out. And it's going to be worth it. UK Ball, I feel, could try and stay out to the end of this race. I believe the mediums would make it to the end. so he should be able to stay out on that tyre and make it to the end of the race. However, just like is gonna have to come into pits, and he doesn't come in. He opts to stay out, which is an interesting strategy call. Don't know what Hype Drive doing there. They haven't got the best strategies this season. In fact, their strategies are pretty rubbish, to be honest. Theory Headley now up in a 3rd position. Davey Sarkiera down in 4th now, as he loses that podium spot to Theory Headley. Headley, already a WEC champion in his own right, showing his skills now in Formula 1, considering the Audi is a good car. Every car on the grid is actually a good car, because of how close they are. It's just the drivers that are really the thing that... Drivers are just... The drivers are showing their skill, alright? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to word it properly, and I apologise. Now, Spike CB down last place as he leaves the pit lane, fresh softs on his car, as he rushes down to the first corner. Let's see how his race will go. Oh, we'll have to find out. They're also, though, on the verge of a 5-second penalty, though. One more track limit violation, instant penalty it would be. Ravo as well, same thing there. Track limits is also his reason. Versio trying to shut the door. Can't do that, Versio. Ravo moves up now into 18th place, as he's now ahead of Versio. Let's see how Skinner and Ferrari does, though, as this race will come to an end very soon. Second pit stop later outside, he's on to the softs. Good choice, I'd say. Headley now in a 2nd place, Ferrari in 3rd. Top 3 could just stay out to the end of this race, I imagine. Versio going to try and go for the move ahead of Ravo. And great. Sorry, I've done so much commentary that my throat is now hurting once more. Incredibles, Lam Fong leaves the pit lane, avoiding Van Horn there, luckily. But 3 more laps to go. Headley currently on 3 warnings. That is a good Headley. Can't violate track limits a single time more now. He gets down into 11th place, so many drivers ahead though. As A.G.E goes for a move on to Benedetto, he's up into 7th place. Raver gets penalties, Anderlecht moves ahead of Ultro. Sorry, I'm going to have a bit of a gap now between my words because my throat is hurting. It feels like it hurts to breathe now. Like someone's clawing my throat. That's what it feels like. As on lap 13, UK Ball leading the way. Headley in P2 for Audi. Can Ferrari though take that position off of Headley? We'll have to see, because he's got the skills. Headley is less experienced than Ferrari. I apologise, I'm massively sorry about this. If Ferrari's got the chance to get him into 2nd place, but Livery has the chance to get him into podium places, he could try and get ahead of Ferrari. He can do that. Livery can most certainly get ahead of Ferrari. He's got good tyres. His tyres are younger than Ferrari's. He's got the opportunity. His tyres are also fresher in percentage and obviously age. Livery in a 3rd place. Ferrari behind in 4th. UK Ball's just leading. He's probably not the best strategy on the grid, I'd say. Because despite a 5-second penalty earlier on, he's still leading, and it's by 8 seconds. Massive, actually. Wales also moving ahead of Matthew Hart and Chaos Anderlecht. Up in a 6th position. He's got so much more places that he can get. Theoretically, 2nd is even possible. Last lap begins. Livery in a 3rd now. He's ahead of Ferrari. Is he going to go for a move into someone? Don't be too ambitious, Livery. You could get yourself a podium. As long as you just don't massively risk it. Blade Outside, though, he's got a lot to do. He's up at the 5th now. 3 more places he could gain, but that's going to turn to 4. A.G.E is in the 5th, but he's got a 5-second time penalty. Blade Outside needs to clear him. Or else that's just going to be another car to try and clear. He is there, up in the 5th. Headley's got a 5-second penalty. Ferrari's got a 5-second penalty. That is Blade Sonic in a net race third right now. And he moves ahead of Ferrari up in a 4th position. Active Arrow is on. Livery though wants to get P2. He wants to get that on the track instead. He moves through in a 2nd place. Blade Sonic right behind them, pair of them. In 4th at the moment. He's got to try and get ahead of Headley and Livery at the very end. He can get Headley at least. Not sure about Livery, but quickly cutting to the race-winning UK Ball, who wins the 2nd race in a row. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Blade Sonic so close to Livery. It's gonna be close, but Livery will just hold on for 2nd place. Headley will lose out on a chance of P2 at the very end of the race. He's not even on the podium, in fact, so disastrous end for his race there. So many more drivers just crossing the line all at once. Look at that 1 millisecond between the Fong and Eduardo. That's actually mental. Adley, fast lap on the choice. Rainbow got a full car puncture as Fanucci set the fast lap of the race there. But yeah, Blade Sonic and Livery separated by 1 millisecond. I just saw that. Jeez, they were so close at the end. But at the end of that race, I'd probably say A.G.E was the reason why Blade Sonic didn't get 2nd. The fact that A.G.E had fought back, even 1 millisecond would have cost Blade Sonic that position that most certainly did in the end. GK Ball once again winning 2 races in a row. I'm sure he'll be the championship leader right now, but I don't know the standings, so yeah. Livery getting 2nd place, Opal getting a podium position. Blade Sonic 3rd, only a millisecond off P2 though. Great race now, and a great final stint. Hyperdrive should be leading the standings as well, I think. Yeah, they'll be most certainly happy about this result. And they've got a lot to look forward to coming ahead. With that, let's listen to the British National Anthem once again. GK Ball winner of the race from Livery Blade Sonic. After that, Matthew Hart, Chaos and the rest. On a similar Fury Headley, A.G.E, Rocket Ferrari, Lucas O'Piera, Ultra, Cornwell, from Cosimodo, Yastia, Horn, Demando, Max Ahmed, Spike C, Luke and Waver, but Rockstar and Cameron Quickly all retired from that race. And that would end the first 3 rounds of the season are over. It's been an incredible season so far. It's been full of chaos and all of that. I'm so happy to have you on board for this incredible Formula 1 season. Can't wait to see you next time when the APX F1 series returns.